One of the things that's important about you recording. You always record in case you get good stuff. Man, y'all.
It's professional.
After 38 years, I make money doing this. Yes.
Not today.
You make sure that you're always recording if you get good stuff.
Welcome back to the 5 at 10 Show Slayers.
I'm your host, Jamal Davis.
And I'm Zeke Samoy. Thank you for tuning in.
Got a great show in store for you today, folks, but I know what you might be thinking. Jamal and Zeke say that every week, and even though they're so well dressed and have such great winning smiles, what would lead me to believe that today's episode would be any different?
Well, these winning smiles, cha-ching, happen to know something you might not. We have not a 1, not a 2, but a 3-time Super Bowl champion making an appearance on today's show.
3-time Super Bowl winner.
Did that eclipse affect your hearing too, Jamal? That's right. For today's interview, we have our fifth floor neighbors, Donor Network West, coming on the show, and their executive director of foundation just so happens to be Bubba Paris.
The Bubba Paris?
Okay, seriously, Jamal, are you having actual difficulty hearing me?
No, I'm just coming from a place of disbelief is all. And rightfully so. Bubba he's a 3-time Super Bowl champ, 7 years on the Niners. So I think myself and others are very excited for today's interview.
Well, along with Bubba, we also had 2 other members from Donor Network West, Annie and Stephanie. It was amazing to have all of them together in the studio, and together with Bubba, they spoke very eloquently about their mission as the main organ procurement organization of Northern California and Northern Nevada.
You know, Zeke, I can't wait. And after we speak with our neighbors, we've got trivia and the team's background contest. And in honor of having a 3-time Super Bowl winner on today's show, we're rolling with some sports movie trivia.
So, remember the theme, be in a league of your own for trivia, and rock ye's favorite sports film or character. Or do none of those things and maybe you might Rudy Day when you could have won some amazing prizes.
Excellent work, Zeke. It was a miracle you made it through all that.
Huh?
Never mind. Well, that's the rundown of the show, and we're sticking to it. But before we move on to our interview, I don't know if you remember last week's episode, but Zeke, we had some very special guests.
We had amazing guests, Leah and Natalia. How could I ever forget them?
Well, you know, they were amazing. And I think you're forgetting one person. El Fuego! I've just gotten word from the man himself that he wants to give away his shirts. We're going to feature something related to El Fuego in today's episode, and the first 10 people who notice it and comment what it is in the chat will receive one.
Sounds great. Now for that interview.
It could be anything from a fiery graphic to a shadowy El Fuego silhouette, maybe even something I or Zeke says.
Nope, definitely won't be coming from my mouth, that's for sure.
All right. So keep your eyes and ears peeled. And if you would like an El Fuego shirt sent to your door, now I think we're just about ready.
For our first interview of the day, meeting our neighbors, Donor Network West. Kyle, please take it away. We're here today with our neighbors on the 5th floor, Donor Network West. So glad you all could be here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. No. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Sure, I'll start. I'm Stephanie Turalva, Director of Marketing and Communications for Donor Network West. And I've been with the organization for 3 years now.
They call me Junior. My mama called me Junior, but everybody else calls me Bubba Paris, and I'm the Executive Director of Donor Network West Foundation.
I'm Annie Stickle. I'm the Director of Community Engagement at Donor Network West.
All right. Thank you all for being here. This is a segment we're going to call Meet Our Neighbors, because we should always know. Yes, we should always know our neighbors.
Just because Stephanie just came in, let me get back to meeting our neighbors.
Yes. If you
got to understand something. I'm a very neighborly type of guy, and I believe in business through relationships. So you
100%.
form the relationship first, and then you do business second. And I believe that life is healed through humor. So any person I'm an ordained minister. If I do a funeral, I make it funny. If I do a wedding, I make it funny. So everything that I do, I interject a little bit of humor. So meeting my neighbor, Zeke, and the reason why I know he's Zeke is because Zeke used to be my college roommate in college. So that's the reason why I was so excited to meet you, because I wanted to make sure Zeke didn't leave Michigan and came here. So I called you on the phone. and I messed with you, and you were ready to beat me up.
No.
Because you didn't realize I was 6'7" and 325
I would never have
pounds.
done that anyway. Regardless of situation, regardless of what I knew, I would never have.
You wouldn't have? Okay.
No.
And I misinterpreted. So that happens, sometimes when people meet their neighbors. Sometimes you meet mean people,
Yes.
but we're not.
I was going to say.
He's the cup of sugar type.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are a foundation, and we are an organization that believes in saving lives. That we believe that not often in your world are you able to be in an industry to where a selfless act from a donor can have such an impact on people's lives. Our organization does everything that it can to make sure that we make the process as easy as possible, and that as many people who have a desire to receive the gift of hope from someone, that we do whatever we can to facilitate that.
Now, Annie, I want to ask you a question as community outreach.
Sure.
Do you have a particular community engagement, activity or program that you personally have a connection to, or that you really are passionate about, or is it, across the board you love all of them?
Oh yeah, I love that you're asking this. There's two that I hold in very high regard that mean a lot to us, and the first one is our donor family ceremonies. It's typically, and Steph can elaborate on this, but it's like a luncheon where we invite all the donor family members from the donors that have passed last year. So it's a very short thing, but we like to feed, and this is an opportunity to teach a little bit about who we are, Donor Network West, and just to honor your loved one, a moment of silence, a little gift. And then there's the Dia de los Muertos. By far, we live in this beautifully rich culture of this part of California where this is an understood tradition, and we love to put up these ofrendas, these altars all over our say 110,000 square mile service area. And this is another opportunity to talk about donation, but to also honor the donors, to just thank them and be grateful for them and have a different way to mourn them and put love in them and just share their story. Yeah.
And then we have a marketing department. You got to figure that you can have all of this process take place. You can have engagement take place. And one of the things that our marketing staff do, that they put pictures and they spearhead some unbelievable events. And this is what Stephanie does for our organization, and she's good at it. Tell them about it.
Yeah, so just to quickly go back on what you said, the day-to-day, I just feel like it's so important to really realize that there's hundreds of people, thousands of people who make the gift of life possible that sometimes are like the unsung heroes. So people who work at hospitals who call our referral line to say, we have a potential case here who they registered as an organ donor. Could you potentially take this on? Everyone from like the doctors, the nurses, the people who work at the DMVs who help people get registered or answer a question about what does the pink dot mean on your California driver's license, all the way to the drivers who transport, or even pilots who transport the organs themselves. There's so many unsung heroes that happen on the day-to-day that most people know nothing about, and that's truly what makes up our organization. It's all of the people who wake up every day with some sort of a passion to say, really, today we're saving lives. So that's really cool. Yeah.
What's a really inspirational story that you've come across, or I imagine there's
some good ones out there.
Yeah. Do each of you have, or just one of you have one that comes to top of mind?
Well, I have a teammate, and then I have a person who played with the 49ers, Dean Moore.
I guess we should mention that Bubba Paris was a
3-time
Super Bowl champion with the 49ers.
That was my twin brother.
No, is that the same person who called me?
Yeah, but Dean Moore used to work for my company, and he had a heart attack at work. We went to the hospital, so as time went on, he was at Stanford, and we were sitting there with him one day, and the doctor told him that his heart wouldn't last through the night. Unless something happened, he wouldn't make it to the next day. So he made it a choice to take a Jarvik artificial heart, and it allows you to buy time. And then they put him on the extreme wait list. So when he's on his wait list, they kept him in a apartment across the street from Stanford Hospital. So I would try to go see him as much as I could. But one day we're sitting over in his room and we're eating fruit and we hear a helicopter go over the building, and we didn't think nothing of it. And then 5 minutes later, they called and told us that he had a heart. And we went over and he received the transplant. I look at it as though the day that he had his transplant was the beginning of his life. And for 20 years, he lived a life in a way that honored the donor. He played a saxophone, and what he did after his life allowed me to understand that this whole process would not have taken place if it wasn't for an organization like ours that we recovered the organ, and it wasn't for the selfless act of a donor and his family. So I've seen people live real lives after this process has taken place in their life.
Well, that's all the time we have for our first segment, but there might be next segments of Meet Our Neighbors. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Donor Network West.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, hopefully talk to you guys again soon.
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
Yes.
Thanks, and
Thank
nice
you so
meeting
much.
you.
Yes, absolutely. You can't ask for better upstairs neighbors. And I just want to close out our first ever Meet Our Neighbors segment with something you may not know or have thought of. Donor Network West and similar organ procurement organizations face unique obstacles in their mission to save lives. That mission wouldn't be possible without services like excess cybersecurity coverage, D&O insurance, all of which is written in our surplus line market. They may not seem all that apparent, but the policies we analyze in the industry we serve really do make an impact. And in the case of Donor Network West, a life-saving impact. And now, if you'd like to get involved with Donor Network West, you can visit them on their website, donornetworkwest.org, or participate in their future events. They have a Chip Away for Hope golf tournament, hosted by our neighbor and friend Bubba Paris on Monday, April 29th at the Ruby Hill Golf Course in Pleasanton, as well as their Donate Life Run Walk events. They've got one right here in San Ramon on Saturday, September 14th, and one in Fresno on Saturday, September 21st. Jamal, I feel like the SLA can make a team for that run walk in San Ramon, wouldn't you say?
I think so too, Zeke. And hey, if you see our neighbors in the building, be sure to say hi and invite them on our show. We'd love to keep this segment going. But now, Zeke, what better way to follow up your interview of a storied professional football player than with a trivia competition based on storied sport movies?
Well, partner, I couldn't say it any better than Rocky Balboa himself.
Adrian! Rocky!
Hey, where's your hat?
I love you!
I want to play trivia. Oh, often forgotten scene in Rocky.
I don't even remember. That is amazing.
Doesn't even make sense
I don't know what just happened,
but
but I love it.
love it.
People, you heard the world champ. Jamal, let the people know what they could win.
I'm back at it again with more prizes to win. The first prize of the day is a $100 Alcatraz City Cruise gift card. 3 tours, the day, the night, and the ultimate behind-the-scenes tour with special access to parts of the prison. Hear the stories and see the ghost maybe with this $100 Alcatraz City Cruise gift card. The second prize of the day is a meaty one, a $100 Fleming Steakhouse gift card. Who doesn't like big hunks of perfectly cooked meat or fresh butter-soaked lobster? Go on Tuesday to share a beefy tomahawk or stroll in on Sunday for John's Surf and Turf, thanks to this $100 Fleming Steakhouse gift card. Finally, the last prize of the day is a $100 GameStop gift card. Endless selection of new and used games. Grab a copy of Princess Peach Showtime or get into baseball spirit with MLB The Show 24. Hundreds of Mario games to choose from, a ton of fun choices, all thanks to this $100 GameStop gift card. 3 barn burner options, but only one will go to the winner. So let's head back to the studio to crown this week's Trivia Master.
Thanks, Jamal. Now let's let our Slayers sign on in and talk about these prize options. So we got the Alcatraz gift card, Fleming Steakhouse, and GameStop. Personally, Zeke, I think I'd go with Fleming's mainly for the tomahawk because I don't think I could breathe, let alone live, without that tomahawk.
Really?
Now, I'm not calling it my oxygen, but I am calling it the mechanisms in my body that converts oxygen into carbon dioxide. And that's how important I think the tomahawk is.
Powerful stance, Jamal. But you know what else is powerful? Numbers! And we've got a great lucky number today for Cahoots. Today's Kahoot sign-in prize.
That's right. Today's lucky number is number 7. And that's because our good friend Bubba Paris
Was number 77, and we didn't want to count that high.
So we're just going to stick with number 7 instead. Far more doable.
Far more doable. All right, so our lucky prize winner is...
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Josh!
Congratulations, it's a miracle on ice.
Don't forget to cover your blind side and check your inbox to receive your prize.
Speaking of Sandra Bullock, let's speed up this process and check to make sure we've got all of our Slayers signed in. Well, looks like we got enough people.
Got a good number. That looks good. So Slayers, don't fumble Rooski this trivia and fire up those engines.
And 5 of those engines, but be sure not to go below 50 miles per hour.
It's sports movie trivia, not speed trivia. You're killing me, Zeke.
Well, you know, bus driving could be a sport, but irregardless, let's get today's trivia started. All right.
What's your favorite movie, Zeke?
Favorite movie?
Favorite sports movie, sorry.
Okay. Well, got to go with Speed. Love Keanu. And Sandra. Dennis Hooper, is that his name? I forget.
I believe so. But how well do you remember the Titans? Name the actor who plays Coach Boone in the high school football movie.
All right. Was it Cuba Gooding Jr., Samuel L. Jackson, Will Smith, or Denzel Washington?
Fun fact about all these actors, they've all played in sports movies.
Yes. All right. Cuba Gooding Jr., Radio.
Jerry Maguire. Samuel L. Jackson, Coach Carter.
Captain Marvel.
Okay. Will Smith, Ali.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Play basketball.
And of course, Denzel in Remember the Titans.
Great movie.
Fantastic.
And Equalizer.
Well, he got game too.
Better one.
There you go.
All right, check the leaderboards.
Let's see what we got here.
We got some people up here.
Okay.
Rachel up top.
All right.
All right. And
Taking the lead.
all right, let's see how this game spins out. You know, just like sports, this is equally as
Important. Competitive. Fiery.
unpredictable is really the word.
Oh, that's what you were looking for. In The Natural, what was the name of the bat Roy Hobbs carved himself out of wood from a lightning-struck tree?
Was it Wonder Boy, Savoy Special, Black Betty, or Mr. Fredrickson? Now, what's your favorite baseball movie, Jamal?
Oh, I love The Sandlot. Zeke.
Sandlot.
I got some facts for you. So, The Sandlot was shot in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Okay.
42 days on that shoot.
All right.
Not too bad. The original title, The Boys of Summer.
Okay.
I think there was a book name, so they had to change
It's
it.
a little fun.
And one last thing, it was up to like 112 degrees while they were shooting,
Jeez.
except one day. The pool scene, 54
That's-
degrees. They are literally freezing.
That's miserable.
Crazy,
Dang.
crazy. Great movie though.
Yes, great movie. And so was the original question we're talking about, The Natural. That's right. Wonder Boy, that was the bat he made as a kid. Savoy Special, that's one he used to win the pennant. Black Betty, that's a song by Ram Jam. And Mr. Fredrickson, that's the main character of Up. All not even sports movies, but we'll move on to our leaderboards.
Oh, look at El Fuego. El Fuego climbing.
Not a
El Fuego.
Rachel. Still Rachel as far as I'm concerned. All right. Question number 3.
All right. In Bend It Like Beckham, 2 girls dream of playing pro soccer. What was the team Beckham was on when the film was released?
Was it LA Galaxy, Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester United, or Real Madrid?
Actually, Zeke, I got a fact for this one too. 3 months of training they underwent. Practicing soccer, playing it. 3 months to get in this to get this role going. And here's something I think you'll like.
Okay.
Parminder, lead actress, bended the ball first take.
Really?
So if you know how difficult that is, to do that first take on a movie set, that's impressive.
I know. That is awesome. What did Keira Knightley do? Go on to star in movies such as Pirates of the Caribbean or Love Actually.
I guess.
I know. Bending a ball, way more
Way
impressive.
better.
All right, let's check the leaderboard.
Let's see what we got here.
Big switch up. We got Karen hopping right into first place. Thank you, Karen.
Hey, okay.
We appreciate it.
V right behind her though.
And then we got Christian. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Tight race here.
Let's see. Question number 4, Jamal?
I think we're ready.
I think we're ready. Hope they are.
The main character / sea monster of the animated film Luca competes in a triathlon of swimming, biking, and what other event?
Pasta eating, jump roping, hopscotching, or pasta making. Jamal, have you seen this movie?
I have not seen this movie.
Great movie.
Okay.
Great movie. But speaking of other Disney animated films, well, actually, I guess Disney films, What's your favorite Disney sports film?
Favorite Disney sports film? I think I'd have to say Heavyweights and Mighty Ducks 1 and 2. Outside of Disney, White Man Can't Jump, Love and Basketball, Dodgeball, the Warriors losing last night.
Nope, nah, we don't
Fantastic
have to.
cinema.
It's not
Oscar worthy.
Not important.
Woo, edge of my seat.
Not the question that's being
Popcorn
asked.
in my mouth. Amazing.
You shouldn't eat a popcorn like that.
It's so much fun eating.
Correct answer, of course, was pasta eating, which is even crazier because that was the first event of his triathlon.
Ooh, that had to be a long swim. That had to be.
Imagine. If you haven't seen this movie, people, check it out. Leaderboard,
Okay,
Karen remains on the top.
but V's right there though.
Yeah, so
He is attacking.
attacking?
I think so, right? Sports attacking.
Okay. Well, still just trivia. People in the safety of their own homes. No attacking, defending needed here. But we go into the final question.
Dun, dun, dun.
Question number 5.
Bonus question. Before working for Donner Network West, Bubba Pears played in the NFL primarily for which team?
Donor Network.
Donor.
That's to make that clear. Was it the Dallas Cowboys, the New York Giants, Kansas City Chiefs, or the San Francisco 49ers?
I'm so excited for this question. Anyway, Little Giants may have possibly one of the greatest sports movie quotes of all time.
I've never seen it, but
Fumblerooski.
that's the greatest quote. Not, wax on, wax off, or if you build it, they will come, or there's no crying baseball. You really want to go with,
I'm going with Fumblerooski.
just like a lot of people went with the San Francisco 49ers, because that's the correct answer. Bubba played there 7 years, 3 Super Bowls titles.
They also lost in their
No, why?
championship
What are you
game,
getting at?
And the Warriors lost last night too.
Let's move on,
Sorry.
shall we? Let's find out those leaderboard.
And in third place we have.
Christian.
Woo, congrats. We're going to get in touch and we're going to get in touch with you after the show and you're going to receive a
You're getting there. Let's get to first place. We've got Karen.
There we go.
Congratulations. Also, V, second place, but again, there's no prize. Sorry, V. Maybe next time.
Christian, you're going to get your shirt. That's all right.
Karen, congratulations. You just foiled Dennis Hopper's plan to destroy the city of Los Angeles.
Once again, not speed trivia.
Well, then, Karen, you just foiled Patrick Swayze's plan to rob banks in under 90 seconds with his super cool surfer crew. Surfing movie, sort of. At least surfing the movie.
Okay, I'll give you that. Anyways, congratulations on winning first place on today's trivia. And just to be sure, email us at 5at10@slakeout.com to claim your prize. But we're not done yet. We've got some t-shirts to give away.
Yes, the shirts. I do not approve of this prize.
Well, I'm sure our winners do. And we have 10 people who notice our El Fuego Easter egg today. Some flames over my mug here. And those people are...
We've got, gotta stop with that fuego. Omar, Ivan, Hector, Shelly, Hi, Nikhil, Denitra, Charlotte, Candace, and Jamie.
Ooh, congratulations, you winners. You will be in contact with, we will be in contact with you soon. So we'll get you your t-shirt and everything. Zeke, another great episode.
Right you are, Jamal. And despite our free advertising for that despot El Fuego, it was another great episode for the record books, I will agree.
Well, you know why? It's because if there's one thing I know people love, it's sports, particularly costly film productions that use sports to manipulate audiences into thinking and feeling a certain way.
I could not agree more. Well, that's our show this week, people. Remember to say hi to our neighbors, wherever you see them, elevator, stairs, whatever you take. And thank you all again for tuning in.
Now, we have one last special shout out before we go. Happy birthday to the amazing Denitra at the front desk.
Yes, I'm happy you got a shirt, because I guess you wanted it. Many cakes and many candles to you, Denitra. You're the best. We're lucky to have you. And people, if you see her at the front desk today, say hi, give her a high five. And if you have candles in your pocket, even better, light them up for some reason. That's a way to celebrate.
But do it safely. You know, we don't want another replica of your birthday in '98, Zeke.
Well, I was one, Jamal.
Well, I'm signing off. I'm Jamal Davis.
And I'm Zeke Samoy. Thank you, and good night.